guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a makeup tutorial on the look that I am wearing. So I use the Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis palette. As I said in my haul video, my mum purchased this palette for me and I was really excited to play with the greens in that palette. So I also have another tutorial that I've got in mind using this palette that I will do in a while, but I wanted to do this look that I had in mind for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a very mint aqua green look. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's go ahead and get started in the tutorial. I'm looking over this way because this is where my mirror is. So I'm going to start off with my face. Lately I've been mixing the Bondi Sands One Day Matte Tan in with my foundation, and it doesn't break me out, and it also makes my skin and all of that look flawless. So I mix this in with my foundation. I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation today as well, so I'm just going to mix these two together. I just use the tiniest amount of the Bondi Sands. 2 full pumps of the foundation, and I mix it all together on the back of my hand like that. And then I'm just going to dab this into my skin, and I am using the sponge that I showed you in my Mecca haul that my mum got me. It is such a cool sponge. It is like the strangest texture in a good way. It feels like furry. Sounds so weird to say that, but you can see it's like fuzzy. So it feels furry, but it soaks up excess product like it should, but it doesn't like take away too much product, and it feels really nice on the skin and still gives you a very full coverage look, which is what I always go for. And I'm using the totally flat side, so I'm not using the pointier side, I'm using the flat side of the sponge. But it is such a nice sponge. I would definitely recommend it. Oh, I'm getting a bit sweaty. Don't worry about my sunburn, it's really bad. We had a pool party for Australia Day and I got a bit sunburned, and also it's just really hot in this room at the moment, so that's why my chest is this colour. For concealer today, I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is shade 15 Light. I used to use the shade 10, but that used to be extremely light for me, which I actually don't mind. You guys know I like a very light highlighted look and a very full coverage look. But for today, I'm feeling something a little bit more on the natural side. That's funny because I'm going to do a colourful eye look. But anyway, skin wise, I'm feeling more natural. I just did a full coverage foundation. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to use the pointier side of the sponge now, but there is like the rounded edge and the flat edge. I'm just going to use the flat edge and blend this out. I'm just pushing this into my skin. I feel like the sponge makes it so quick to blend things out. It literally just takes seconds. I always go back and forth like this, pressing it into my skin so it doesn't settle into any fine lines. So to set my under eyes, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder, shade 120. And I'm just going to set my under eyes first. I always look up when I'm doing this so I can make sure I'm getting into all the crevices. That's a funny word. I'm just going from inner to outer corner, up and down. And I also set my eyelids instantly because I will crease if I don't do this. Also set my chin and just the center of my forehead. I am going to use a powder for the rest of my face. For my all over face powder, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in shade 20. And I'm going to use the JH03 brush, and I'm going to push this into my skin first, like so, and then I'll go in and buff it. In doing this technique lately, I found it really makes a difference in the longevity of my foundation, and also makes it look so much more flawless as well. I'm just going to fill in my brows and I'll be right back. Do my bronzer now. I'm using the Australis chocolate bronzer, and I'm going to do my nose contour first. Just going to do something very light. The bronzer on my face, just using the same bronzer. I'm going to put this on my temples and high up on my cheekbones, and also just chisel out my jawline. Okay, so since we are working with colours and stuff today, I do want to put a powder under my eyes to catch any fallout, so I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution coconut powder, and just using the sponge, I'm just going to put that under my eyes, and that's just going to be there to help me out to catch any fallouts. Okay, so we are going in with the Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis palette today. Salt, Water Dip and Snorkel Sesh together. So these top two greens together to get my initial transition shade going. And I'm using a JH31. It's just a bit stained from another time that I used it. But I'm just going to get those two colours together. I've tapped off the excess, and I'm just going to place this in my crease, but I'm not going to take this up too high, and I'm just starting with a little bit. I can always take more if I want. I just want to start with a little bit first, because obviously I've not worked, like now I'm taking a bit more. I've not worked with this palette yet before, so I'm not too sure about pigmentation, which by the way, it's great. It's very buildable that I can see, so I just want to take it easy, and I want this to be very blown out, so I'm going to keep it just as pigmented in the inner corner as I do in the outer corner. So I'm just going back and forth, and then I go round and round from inner to outer corner. I'm just holding the mirror a bit closer so I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I am starting off with a bit of a different brush than you guys normally see me use. Normally I use a much bigger blending brush, but like I said, I didn't want this to be too high up, like towards my brow bone, so I wanted to use something a little bit smaller. So now I'm going to take the brush I would normally use to start off with, and this is the JH30. This has nothing on it, and I'm just going around the edges, just making sure everything is blended. Now I'm going to take Coastline Cruise, which is this bluish green shade. It's so pretty. I am going to spray my brush with Fix Plus. So I'm just going to do a few sprays. Oh my god. This colour is so pretty. This is exactly what I was looking for. That's so pretty. It looks like two different colours, because I think this is like a duochrome eyeshadow, because it looks greenish gold in some angles and then bluish gold in some angles. Plus is like magic. Honestly, whenever I'm working with shimmers now, I always use Fix Plus, and thank you to Jacqueline Hill for that tip. Ever since I started watching her, that's exactly what I do with all my shimmers now, and it just gives them so much more life. This is not necessary, but I just want to take a little bit of this really dark green shade called Hidden Cove, and I just want to put a little bit of depth on my lower lash, on my upper lash line, to touch it like, but I'm only doing this on the outer corner. This is not necessary, but because I have the palette, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take Infinity Pool, which is another really pretty bluish green shade. And I'm taking that on a JH40, which is a pointed crease brush. And I'm just going to put this in my crease, just where that initial first shade meets what we've done. I am going to blend that in a second. I'm not going to go back in with that first brush with nothing on it and just buff that out. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to use Windsurf here, which is a pretty silvery white shade. It'll look pretty. Oh yes, that is nice. And I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. No. I am going to be trying out the Honey Cosmetics lashes. These are the Lunar lashes. This is the pair that they sent me. I showed it to you in my video that I did, like my first impressions video. So by the way, I must say their glue is amazing. Like, I wore it on Australia Day with another pair of lashes. It wasn't a pair of lashes by them. And I got in the pool and, like, yes, some of it came off at the edges because my sister actually splashed a bit of water on me, like, through a hose. And it pretty much was good other than that eye that she splashed the water on. So definitely good glue. While I'm waiting for the lash glue to dry, I'm going to use the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. I did try this out a couple of days ago just on its own, and it was beautiful. So you can see just with a little bit of mascara, I didn't even curl them. I'm not putting much effort into it because I'm going to put false lashes on top of them. And this mascara is already it's already so good. I'm also just going to wipe away the powder underneath my eyes. So if it caught any fallout, that would be great. It's like nothing was ever there. Just get these lashes on, they're so pretty. I have a feeling I'm going to love these as well. Obsessed with these as well. These are so pretty. They are similar to the Miss Liss ones. They are less dramatic, obviously, but they are very more like fuller towards the end and a lot more, I don't want to say spaced out in a bad way, but they have like the little gaps between them. But I actually like those style of lashes. Oh, so pretty. I really, really like these lashes a lot. They're so lengthening, volumizing, they look great even from the side. What's really annoying is that I have an eye doctor appointment today, so I have to go and wash this makeup off. That's really sad. So now let's do the lower lash line. So I'm going to take Infinity Pool on a flat shader brush. Start off with that, and then I will buff it out as I need to. I'm just going to place this on my lower lash line, but I'm making sure to meet it to the inner corner and outer corner as well, because I want it like wrapped around the entire eye. Now this is a brush that is just clean, and I'm just going to buff it out a little bit. I'm just going to use Colourpop eyeliner in Fast Lane, which is a nice dark green. I know this is just from me wiping off brushes and stuff, that's what that is. And I'm just going to line my waterline with this. I'm going to use that pencil brush again from earlier, and I'm going to use Sail Away, that shade there, And I'm going to buff this on my lower lash line even more to make it pop that much more, because why not? And I want the inner corner to have a pop as well, so I'm going to use the same shade that I used on my brow bone, Windsurf, and I'm going to pop that right in the inner corner there and really drag it in and wrap it around the eye. Now I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lash line. For blush, I'm going to use MAC Margin because it's just nice and neutral, because I have a lot going on in the eyes, so I'm going to keep the rest of my face neutral. But this has a really pretty glow as well, as you can see. And this blush I've had, honestly, I don't even want to tell you how long for, but it's still good and still has lasted me. Highlight, I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick in Radiant, and I always stick to them like upper colors because I find like mixing the browns makes it a little bit too bronzy for my liking, so I'm just going to stick to the upper parts because it can make my highlight a little bit muddy otherwise. For lips, I'm going to use, I think this, it's the Obsession Romantic something. I'll find it and link it down below, but it's like a really peachy shade. And I've been using this, my mum gave this to me because she bought it and I don't think she liked it, but it's the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme, and I've been loving this. Yes, it stings for a few minutes and then it's fine. I'm just going to top it off with that. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of future uploads as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!